Okay. We're gonna leave the Arcades here. We're gonna leave it for now. Because there's where the base, the mutant base is. Oh no, this is a different one. This is a different one. Forgot I abandoned that one before. Because I couldn't fight him. Nothing in the world. What do you got for me? Nothing. Got a void ship remain and a Hulk. We're gonna go to the void ship remain first. I think that's the Meldar. Giant rings on this planet's surface can be observed even from orbit. Examine the rings. It has emerged on this planet as a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals, in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. This strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity or nefarious xenos structure turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a tragic one at that. It's kind of fun. We did the lava world already explored. Damn that. We don't have extractiums. Regrettable. Well, Captain, the augurs cannot determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but telemetry clearly reveals it is an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is air in some of the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery? Send out the order to prepare my troops for boarding. I will personally take part in the exploratory expedition. We who walk down the same passageways in the same base day after day, we who are born, live, and die to the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us and for the glory of the Imperium. But let's have a tale about the Lord Captain. By the will of the Emperor, the guardian and commander of every good and honest soul upon this void ship, and the time he boarded a vessel named Fireball. Like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable forces of the swell, the wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead, its machine spirits dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just a husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers, forming the carcass of a fallen Leviathan. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. He decided train the penetrating gaze of the augur arrays on the damaged ship. The augur's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying that the void ship was gravely damaged. It was in the process of final erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed the least damaged: the bridge, the middle crew deck, and the service bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in their mysterious and ancient language, the tech priest responsible for the augurs reported to the Lord Captain they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. The Lord Captain's next step was let's go with Idira. With hostile eyes upon her, Idira sank into a trance. When she resurfaced, she reported that the ship had been a victim of the warp. The bridge had suffered worst of all. It was the section that provoked the greatest anxiety and trepidation in the Psyker. The service bay was the least damaged section, but Idira spoke of it with no particular interest. The Lord Captain's next step was to turn his attention to the scout units, awaiting instructions. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams he would lead, and which 2 would be entrusted to their officers. Let here be known the names of those honest people who stood before a rogue trader in that moment. The taciturn and grave young Ho Sun, whose word was firm as his handshake, Captain Vesti, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on deck was in any doubt that navigating inside the wrecked ship would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave teams was the delicate thread of a box link. And so after weighing up the options, the Lord Captain chose to go with the service bay. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain on the tour of the dread ship. The shuttles started up one after another and dispersed, each heading for its selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, fussy boarding, and then finally the rogue trader stepped into the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom, Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the boxmaster, who quickly checked the archives, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dane, registered at Kiavagama port. Grey Matina said a prayer appropriate for the situation. Then she looked expectantly to the Lord Captain, awaiting for orders. Let's go with awareness. After examining the service bay and consulting the augurs, the Lord Captain suggested where the ship's undamaged components could be found. From here on, the Lord Captain's assessment proved to be correct. After a thorough search, as all searches conducted by Grey Matina were, the scouts found the undamaged components and marked them for later dismantling. Sound cracked from the Vox speakers and a light on the casing switched on, signaling a message coming in on the first unit's frequency. Commanding Ho-sun only reported that this unit was making satisfactory progress towards the ship's bridge. This was followed by a message from the 2nd unit, which was on the crew deck. The Vox speakers crackled, preparing to connect with the unit's commander, Captain Vesti. The words that came through sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but accidentally pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on. Wait, is it moving? The pale-faced Captain Matina barked out a stream of orders, telling the unit to close ranks around the road trader and prepare for trouble. Then the yelling from the Vox turned to laughter. I got you, old girl! Boomed the voice from the speaker. It belonged to Captain Vesti, the commander of the unit exploring the middle deck. Don't panic, we're all good here. Not a thing to report. Where you are is just as uneventful. White with anger, Matina turned to the rogue trader. Captain Vesti has a unique sense of humor. I strongly suggest that your lordship take him in hand. The Lord Captain diffused the conflict brewing between the two of them and requested a report. Captain Vesti reported that his unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise, and found no survivors from the ship's crew, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. After consulting with his office, the Lord Captain issued an order to Vesti's unit. Vesti's unit headed off to carry out their orders while the rogue trader and his team continued on. Fortune smiled on the unit this time. Grey Matina, having trusted her instinct and experience, chose to return to the shuttle via an alternate route. In one of the dark branching passageways, the team discovered a modest but untouched trove of cargo from Kiavagama. The voice of young Ho-sun reached the Lord Captain's ears once again. The first unit's captain soberly reported that his people were proceeding to the bridge. The ensuing deathly silence alerted the Lord Captain that something was wrong. Following the gazes on his team, he saw that the unit's dispatcher, who was carrying the large Vox-caster with the antenna and transmitter, was lagging far behind the rest of the group, and the transmission indicator was dark. There were no incoming messages. Even if there had been, Sun's voice couldn't have sounded so close, as if the dispatcher, or Sun himself, were standing right next to the rogue trader. Sun here. Unit 1 proceeding to the bridge, said the voice again. Now it seemed to be coming from all sides, drawing in from left and right, from under the deck, and even from somewhere among the mess of cables overhead. The Lord Captain summoned all his willpower to resist the illusion. The Lord Captain managed to not only maintain his self-control, but also to keep the terrified unit from veering into outright panic. Led by the rogue trader, the scouts hurriedly retreated to the shuttle, pursued by their comrade's disembodied voice, which continued to repeat the same brief message. After returning to the shuttle, Octavius received reports about the Fireborn's status. The tech priest who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the augure's gaze insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There were also reports from the other two units. The second unit had succeeded in moving through the danger zone and had returned to the shuttle with a valuable payload taken from the dead ship's stores. Augurs and the rock system proved equally useless. The first unit, which had been exploring the bridge, had vanished without a trace, almost as if the dead ship had swallowed them whole. The scouts and their ship and their commander, Young Ho's son, had simply disappeared, joining the thousands of crew members lost aboard the Fireborn. The units assembled at the shuttles, and the Lord Captain gave the final order of its grim expedition. Hold a service for the fallen scouts. Led by Sister Argenta, the scouts filled the funeral pyres. Old metal barrels and small shipping containers served as the temple braziers. In the wavering but warm light illuminating their faces, the scouts listened as the sisters sang a prayer for the departed. Little by little, the listeners' terrified, weary gazes brightened. As they heard the sisters' words, understanding dawned on the survivors. Death dogged the footsteps of everyone. But there is destiny higher than death. You should always remember that. That is the reason to keep going. Time was up. The scouting party returned to their ship. With one last look at the Fireborn, the rogue trader gave the order to fire upon the dead vessel at range. For that which was born in fire should also perish in fire. Hulk now. We go to the Hulk. The augurs have detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Ooh, interesting. Straight up kick me out. Mundus Valancius is where we need to go. That's just... Let's travel here first. And then here we're gonna make it safe. Visit. Get more direct. Enemies of humanity. Here we go. A wave of angry whispers passes over the bridge as the arch enemy's minions, drawing their weapons on you and prepare to attack. Death to the heretics for the glory of the Emperor!
Secure our path to victory. Direct our course. Let the enemy burn! Command blast fire! Purify the battlefield! Deploy torpedoes! Engage the lance batteries! Macro cannons, volley! Let the enemy burn!
Boom.
Our shields fail us.
Holy crap. I am getting hammered.
Engage the lance batteries! Commence lance fire! Initiate the barrage! Adjust heading. Fire at will! Helmsman, follow my command. Launch course!
Okay.
Destination locked in. Engage the lance batteries! Initiate the barrage! We are
Warhammer is about to tear our void ship apart.
What the hell was that for this fight? Just eviscerated me. I gotta try again.
Direct our course. Let the enemy burn. Then lance fire. Deploy torpedoes. Defenseless means dead. It's time to take action. Engage the lance batteries! Fire at will! Purify the battlefield!
upper decks, Lord Captain.
Engage the lance batteries!
Yeah, it's the torpedoes. The torpedoes wrecked me. Try again. Prioritize taking out those torpedoes.
Helmsman, follow my command. Let the enemy burn! Commence lance fire!
In the back. In the booty. So from this perspective, this left.
Launch torps!
Avoid shield bolters. Brace for impact.
We're good.
Let the enemy burn! Initiate the barrage! Purify the battlefield! Commence lance fire!
A breach in the enemy shield has been revealed. Let us not lose our zeal.
Direct our course.
In the booty. Shield my booty. What in the hell was that?
The void ship's machine spirit cries out in pain.
Initiate the barrage! Engage the lance batteries! Let the enemy burn! Torpedoes!
Oh yeah, I'm so dead.
Fire at will! Engage the lance batteries! Destination locked in. Let the enemy burn! Direct our course. Adjust heading. Commence lance fire.
No, I'm not winning this time around. I'm gonna try again. I think I might be outclassed in terms of weaponry and hull and all that jazz. Let me see this. 4 shots, 22. 22. I want to see the big one. 3 shots, 40 each. Yeah, this thing out damages me considerably.
Destination locked in. Let the enemy burn! Senseless fire! Launch course!
All right, son.
Darkness reached us.
Initiate the barrage! Engage the lance batteries! Let the enemy burn! Direct our course. Macro cannons, volley! Deploy torpedoes! Commence lance fire! Engage the lance batteries! Let the enemy burn!
There's a breach in our defenses. We need to turn the tide.
What the hell was that? Oh, again, the damn torpedoes. God damn. Oh, I'm never enough to, at a correct position to hit their torpedoes. I need to try and... I'm doing well, but the torpedoes mess me up.
Destination locked in. Engage the lance batteries! Commence lance fire! Torpedoes! Purify the battlefield!
We're good. We're good. I need to. I'm gonna.
Let the enemy burn. Initiate the barrage. Purify the battlefield. Direct our course.
I'm just gonna outrun the missile. Back.
Helmsman, follow my command. Direct our course. Initiate the barrage! Commence lens fire! Let the enemy burn! Launch course!
Forward shield. And tactical assistance. I'm not gonna hit it from that side.
Darkness reached us. Restore the shield before it's too late.
Adjust head. Lens fire! Macro cannons, volley!
That didn't kill him? Damn.
Helmsman, follow my command.
I'm so dead.
The void
Yeah, I
comes
know.
knocking.
I don't have the firepower for this. I don't have the firepower. I don't have the ship for it, really. Okay, we'll have to do this quickly now. Already gone through this. gonna save here. Go extract him. Use the augers. Because Hanuman verify information people name. We'll have to come back here. We need better gear. And we're gonna leave the enemy ships right there where they are. Screw it, let's do it. The machine calls to summon Valancius find to battle. To kill a servant of the Omnissiah.
Marching ahead. Your execution is assured.
Oh yeah.
Just a minor setback. Oh, my ears are ringing.
As the tenets demand. Trust me. Caught by the web. Let your soul be purged. I shall not fail. Trust me.
Will do. But of course. On it. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Boom.
I need a foothold.
But of course, the Inquisition sends their regards.
Let's see to it. I won't object to it.
Tech familiar activated.
As said, so done. See that one coming, did you? They would expect this. Easy. I know what to do.
Hit with target well struck. Victory is imminent. Indeed. Someone else can do this.
That's a lot of people.
Caught by killing brings me no pleasure. My blade whispers your name. As a caught by the web, the shadow, let your soul be purged. Trust me.
What is this foreboding? Anything else?
Ooh, lightning. Heroic lightning, go.
The whispers must be appeased.
No, nothing stands against me.
Right.
Setting target parameters for Tech Familiar unit. Tech Familiar activated. Abide in the holy blessed creations of God Messiah. The spirit prognosis is favorable. Of significant value.
Boom, boom.
High momentum.
No foe too great. Let's set this in motion. Witness my resolve. A costly mistake. Easy.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I will leave footprints of scarlet, caught by the web. I shall look. Trust me, the other side awaits.
That's how you
As
do
the
it.
tenants demand.
Will do. On it. Will do.
I won't object to it.
High momentum.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Now let's just take this guy out.
They won't expect this. As said, done. That is how it's done. You clearly are outmatched. Easy.
We got one more to do. One more enemy.
Follow my lead.
Nothing more to do with you.
Anything else?
You can't do much. You can't do much either. We're gonna wait.
See that one coming, did you?
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Let's see if we can get rid of him.
Trust me.
And done.
Let's seize the moment.
Is there another fight coming? And back to the map. Yep. Time to go into our main world. Lord Captain Master Helmsman on the line. I can report the quest for the capital world of the von Valancius dynasty is finally at an end. Argonas straight ahead. You have received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captains were taking refuge in the orbital docks of the Argonas race to send you the priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favorite to make an impression with the rogue trader. Tell the Argonauts the rogue trader is coming home. It will be done, Lord Captain. Lord Captain, I will be pleased to accompany you during your visit to Argonauts so I can personally introduce Achilles Calendar, a servant of the Golden Throne who previously attended Lady Theodora on Argonauts. I'm counting on your benevolence. Sure. The Adeptus Mechanicus ship. Interesting. Why is there an Adeptus Mechanicus ship on orbit? I'll extract him. I suck. Nothing. What else? Nothing of note here. Well, time to go home. Actually, no, let's go for the Mechanicus ship. What the hell are you all doing here? Well, Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of the Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magus Charles' delegation intends to board our ship and gain an audience with your lordship. This is exactly how they praise it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my Czech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with a lady. With a lady. It is regrettable. What do they want? The honorable servants of the Omnicide have ignored our request. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. It rather appears to be part of their intimidation tactics. How to conduct myself? This is petty, and I appreciate petty. I feel like the second one. The first one, tell them to get lost and learn some manners. I'll receive the delegation. I can kick them out later. It will be done, Lord Captain. Requesting permission to be present at the audience granted to my tech comrades. Granted, buddy. Yep, you're coming. And the fact that I have to have the party there means something's gonna go off. A fight will ensue, I think. Group dressing in the crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks towards you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You know that the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him. I can read. I promise I can read. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, whom you encountered on Footfall. Charles, the enormous tech priest points his hand at Pascal and lets out a booming roar not unlike a factory alarm. It makes your very bones vibrate. Herald servo skulls marked with the emblem of the cog follow in his wake. They blare shrilly. Thou shalt not suffer a heretic in thy forge, for rust begets rust. Pascal Hahnemann, in the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest. The Hound Servant of the Omnicide turns to you. Diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies for would like to inform you of the necessity of conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit on a rogue trader's territory. Of the two priests of Mars. You identify the rare armor the enormous tech priest is wearing as a Secutor's plated mechanized suit. He carries the imprints of many battles and has markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor's damage looks fairly severe, to the point of endangering its operation. The slivers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then, convulsions shake the tech priest's body, and a painful sounding hiss comes from his thoughts. The tall tech priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful and makes a point of not drawing his weapon. There is an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over at his fellow, scrutinizing his condition. On what charge are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes, spreading tech heresy on the world of Kabagama and making an attempt on the lifeless servant of the Omnissiah. The deafening roar of the tech priest walks makes you grimace in pain. You touch your ear and notice blood on your fingers. The faulty unit will be removed. In the name of the Omnissiah, I condemn you. Lightning flashes across the warrior's armor. Agony resounds in the blare of his Vox alarm. In contrast, Pascal speaks quietly and coldly. You are malfunctioning, Tech Comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. The statement is false. Tech Brother Tarsus Hanuman is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration, which, however, does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pascal Hanuman, we have information that implicates you, having learned that you are a member of the retinue, a maintenance specialist in the service of Rogue Trader von Valancius. We have come here with the goal of meeting you, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. I point to the furious servant. Do you have proof that his tech priest is who he claims to be? Confirmed. According to the archive entry 1E99237, Vegas explorer Tarsus Hanuman served on, maintained the ship, identifier classified, in the capacity of a reliquary caretaker. He sustained extensive damage to both organic and sacred part of his body in a series of sacrilegious breaches of the right of operation and assassination attempt. Owing to the statistically fortunate coincidence by the Omnissiah's grace, enough of his operational capacity was preserved for him to don a Goliath model sacred battle harness, which will preserve his vital functionality. Archive entry personally data sealed by the captain of the identifier classified. The sound from the decorative box is like a moan of a bending steel beam. A servant's call declares, "For vengeance I thirst as I tread the path of vengeance, following a blasphemous miscreant's bloody tracks." Analysis of the security system showed us that the assassin heretics infiltrated the reliquary using Tech Brother Tarsus' unique identification code. Someone had stolen duplicated Brother Tarsus' identity, which is a grade 3 transgression. And the unit making the allegedly criminal claim of being Pascal Hanuman is known to have previously entered the stolen code. I'm not handing Pascal over to you unless I see evidence. Let's get to the bottom of this matter together. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. Archiving. Tech Brother Tarsus opposes lay participation in the investigation search for truth. Unit Opticon 22 advises in favor of the House of Valancius representative participation request. Let's go with persuasion. I have been to Kavagama. I can assure you, Pascal has nothing to do with it. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. I request Tech Brother Tarsus consent to the core participation of representatives of the von Valancius dynasty in the investigation proceedings. The tech priests are verbose. A sacrilegious conspiracy. I refuse to help from laypersons. I am a cog of the Deus Mechanicus that grinds out corruption, and I will carry out the sentence immediately. Yeah, this dude is... I knew something was going to go off. Pascal freezes, but green sparks light up his visor. He extends a hand towards Tarsus and replies in a clanging voice, "Let the cycle be discontinued." Realize Pascal's words are coming from both his Vox and Tarsus's. Then every sensor on the executioner's battle harness lights up at once, blindingly, and the wounded armored Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention, priority notification. Service units of the Kappa threat supply line are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader. Command, retreat and reinitiate negotiations. Too late, buddy. You fired on my ship, on my crew, on my people. You're gonna get washed.
Another battle demands our attention.
Yeah. Pascal, we're gonna put you behind cover because they're coming for you. But we're gonna put my people here, Idira, right about here. Heinrichs, you are too squishy, but I need you. And this is the fight. This is the organization. Nice. Good hit.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Oh, my assassin is gonna have a field day.
suffered worse.
Oh, I am so tempted. So tempted. Just blast everyone, but no, that would kill my people. So I'm just gonna do a little
Was
bit
that
of
you?
this.
Or
Set up some exploits. Just burn some poor bastard.
but of course.
Bounty.
I know what to do.
And bounty on YouTube. Now,
Poised for
are
action.
we in the business called grisly adjudication? Let's do this.
They want to kill. Let's set this in motion. As said, so done.
I will do my duty. At your
In fact-
beck and call.
And taunt everybody.
Victory is imminent. At
And
your beck
defensive
and call.
stance to make him just start parrying, hitting, parry, hitting. Also, follow my
It
lead.
will be done.
Heinrich, just smash into this
But
thing.
of course, Lord Captain.
But also... Ooh, I'll do it again.
I won't
Smash into
only
this
terror
thing.
smite your
And
enemies.
kick him down. While you're at it. Okay, so... First strafe. We're gonna start here, we're gonna end here.
Setting turning parameters for tech familiar units.
Then blinding strike to hit both. And then sword just to hit this one.
Abide the toast of blessed creations of the undesired.
And with the last bit, just hit here.
Monitoring functions successfully
Boom.
terminated.
Let your soul be purged. I shall not fail. The shadows will... As the tenets demand.
Mistake.
There goes Chartus. Whack.
And what an unfortunate turn of fate.
Ooh, beautiful. Let's switch weapons.
I know.
Talking highly of your
No,
skills.
don't hit him.
My place is at the fore. I will do an exemplary strike. Victory is imminent.
Whack him.
see
Whack him again.
I'll see our foes obliterated. For the throne, your reckoning
Got
is
him.
due.
Objective 22. Requesting cessation of hostilities. Bit you late for that. Help your brother. The unit that calls itself Charles Newman is dead. Has been disabled. This material assets beyond restoration or reuse as spare parts. After a pause, Pascal bows his head and a binary requiem pours out of his vox. Despite his misconceptions, he was a servant of the Omnicide. Pascal, what did you do, Tarsus? Pascal, confused reply comes from his vox in a rasp. Unable to fulfill requests. The Omnicide granted me an epiphany, and I muted the main machine spirit that was filling Tarsus' mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Rykat Minoris, where I appealed to the machine spirit of malfunctioning mechanism and laid it to rest. Sorry I had to kill a comrade. I also regret have a negative assessment of this event. The Tetris Mechanicus still accused the unit identifying itself as Pascal Hanuman of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarsus, I am not authorized to immediately arrest, execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to drop the inquiry. There are no apostates among us. The piercing voice, I'm reading him like very calm and soothing, and then you hear the piercing voice from the Vox synth is more overwhelming than Tarsus' thunderous roar, so maybe I'm misreading it. Should be more like, there are no apostates here! But if I read it like that, my throat is gonna hurt in 3 seconds flat, so I'm gonna keep him calm. Tech Brother Tarsus and the machine spirit that lived in his battle hardness succumbed to the suffering that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Now their torment is over. I declare them martyrs, and I'm requisitioning Tarsus Hanuman's neural augmetic for the purpose of preserving his blessed memory. And as astonished tech priests look on, Pascal leans over the slain man's body and extracts the augmetic from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. Whatever you just did, it's working. Keep going. Yeah, sure. Keep going, dude. With each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony of Tech Brother Tarsus. The agony your Tech Brother Tarsus was in. His unbridled pain-spurred faith intimidated you, yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voices to proclaim that the machine spirit with which his mind had merged was morbidly affected. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched a tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that comprehension is a true path to knowledge, yet the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. There is a clang as Opticon 22's knees press into the floor. Crimson hooded heads are bowed. Let the cycle be discontinued. The radiant light pouring out of Pascal's visor grows dimmer. Static creeps back into his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued, tech comrades. Pascal, there's one small point I'd like to be clear on. What the hell just happened? I had to sustain my words with an excerpt from one of the blessed Armanat sermons on loss of internal and external function, verse 4. My analysis deemed it appropriate. Now that the conflict has been resolved, you may remain aboard my ship. Request denied. The Kappa Threat Supply Line delegation is leaving Dargonis. Expresses gratitude for the hospitality ceasefire and proclaims his intent to return to Footfall to resume performing its regular functions. The Tech Priest looks over at Pascal as if waiting for something. Pascal's Megadendra briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully. It's like, was it like a there? You can go, buddy. He just falls over again. Okay, so we have an Omnicia Axe, causes bleeding, and an improved flak vest. Long last, whatever. Let's look over here for you. Is this better? It's the exact same thing. You know what? It's better in terms of defense, but I like the bonuses I'm getting from the Holy Vestment. So the improved flak vest is going to here, and that's, yeah, it's all going to my cargo. Ooh, what do you have for me? Back to the ship, back to the void ship. That's one situation resolved. And now to go into our lovely world where surely nothing bad is going to happen. Because nothing bad ever happens in any of the Von Valancius worlds. They're all perfectly fine. This is giving me some Coruscant vibes. Ministratum, Von Valancius Palace. Let's go Von Valancius Palace. Who else? I'm gonna let Heinrich needs to come. I'm gonna let Dira have a rest. And bring Solomon with me. He's not very good. I don't really like the character. I mean, I very much am the same class with a rogue trader, but I do it better. That is a castle. Long live the rogue trader! Glory to the rogue trader! Yeah, something's about to kick off. There are nobles. Like, I am... My seneschal is first, followed by my assassin, then a tech priest, a member of the Inquisition, and then I stride in. With an Arbites just right there. It's an imposing group. Clementia Versarian, the Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in a long full-dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. Her short graying hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementia Versarian, Lord Chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all of the Argonus, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora Von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all. But as one star expires, another always flares to life. And although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the Drake dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia? Abelard offers a reserved nod. She nods in return, and the lines on his brow soften ever so slightly. Achilles Scalander. The young man quickly brings a respirator to his burned face and bows his head courteously. His raven black hair veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Achilles Scalander, Secretary of the Ministratum Department, I hope your journey to the Argonus was not darkened by unwanted troubles. The Emperor protected us on our journey through the stars is a great answer. And may he remain merciful to us till the end of time. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds? Perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Arband Divistum has been notified of your arrival on Argonus and will visit the palace shortly. Preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Isn't Versarian is also Abelard? I think they're siblings. Why isn't the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drevestum's residence is on the other side of the world, by the Administratum's Palace of Dargonus. We send word as soon as you enter the system, but it takes time to travel the great distance of your domain. Chancellor Versarian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with a new rogue trader. I'd like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They are very close, just down the hall. It is also where the study and the audience chambers are. Achilles' face brightens with a palely white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. Hold on, Clementia. What did you say the last name was? Clementia, not smarter. You heard correctly, Your Lordship. I'm a House Versarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. I misread that. I thought they were siblings. No, I forgot the people in the Imperium live until forever. Between Augmetics and BioWare and whatever, these people live for freaking ever. So, damn. But I gotta say, Abelard, you rock those ears. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their function within the mechanism. Chancellor of Versarian has held her position at the von Valancius court for many years. She earned the Lord Captain Theodora's respect through acts of great perseverance. There is no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. Easy, Abelard. I was simply asking. Abelard huffs with feigned indifference. You are dismissed. I apologize for my blunders, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few minutes for a conversation with me. I'm certain that you will find my report of the state of affairs of the von Valancius Protectorate most useful. This is where things are going to kick off. I mean, the Inquisitor did tell me about this guy, that we should talk to him. I'm going to quickly check out the map. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I want goods. Toss a coin to your rogue trader.
Now that's interesting.
Anything over here? Yeah, we got goods. This is a huge map. Okay, let's go into the palace. Aristocrat. Welcome, your lordship. Let me inform you of the location of the chambers of your dynastic estate. Okay, inform me. The main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject, Achilles Scalander, informed me that he humbly awaits the opportunity to meet with you there. Let's go there then. What else? If your lordship wishes to rest after your long journey, then your personal chambers are up the stairs and on the right. If you need anything, whatever your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. If your lordship wishes to get seriously hammered and smashed, the bar is on the left. Ooh, goods. I love that you approach them and immediately go, your lordship. Already very ready to suck up. Then again, I do control most of their futures. Ooh, something I want to do before this. We need to level this dude up. RPG's physical training. Yes, I like that. Law and order. The opportunities attacks make other strengths deal 30% damage. Nah. Ooh, allies near him deal more damage. Yes. More ballistic skill. And let's do awareness. And over here, strategic adaptation. Growl. Ooh, it lowers damage. That's pretty good. Okay, that's where we're gonna leave that. Aristocrat, aristocrat, aristocrat. Salamorn, Glyto. Ah, there they are. The slender figure clad in robes made from expensive fabric shudders from violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to his face, the man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it's been many moons. Hope your cousin is feeling well. Achilles covers his burned lips, trying and failing to suppress a coughing fit. She's in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. Heinrich's for as long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Achilles thumps himself on the chest with his augmented hand. You hear the clanging of metal against metal. I love this. I'm not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. Your insight deserves credit, Rogue Trader. Then again, I expected nothing less from Theodora von Valancius' successor. Allow me to introduce Achilles Scalander properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Ministratum, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who is engaged in other matters in the Corona's expanse. I'm sure you will find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the borders of your protectorate. Greetings, Lord Octavius von Valancius. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy all of Conrad Voidvir's accomplices on the capital world. You know anything about the become of Conrad? Because I've not seen him since the prologue. Word of his treason reached Dargonus too late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately. Once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt. But it seems unlikely that the wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt into their heart and now nurtures it in secret. You promised me a report on our present state of affairs in the Protectorate. I've already forwarded all official reports to your senator. As for the... Let me just grab my drink real quick because my throat is hurting a bit. I'm really looking forward to Dark Heresy, which they promised is going to be fully voiced. It's going to make my job so much easier. Plus, you all deserve to hear professional voice acting and not my pathetic excuse for it. I've already forwarded all official reports to your senator. As for the conversation we're having right now, I won't trust any paper or data slate with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dargonus' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dargonus, much like nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest, on whomever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonus are well-respected, rich, and powerful individuals who held Lady Theodora's favor for many years and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family pursues its own selfish interests, and each one expects that with a transition of power, they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the Drivistums, the Caprax, and the Sauerbacks. I should also mention the Warsarians, not a noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle, to the Blue Blood's great displeasure. So the Drivestems, that's the governor, who's already showing me some disrespect. The Gapraks, no idea. The Sourbacks, the head of my security is a Sourback. And the Warsarians, that's Grandpappy Seneschal and granddaughter Chancellor. Tell me about the Drivestems. The Drivestems are the ancient governor house of the Dargonis. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the von Valancius protectorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless except for one detail. We have evidence that urban Drivestem's rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the Drivestems, but we lack solid proof, and it might never surface. So he may be conspiring with Xenos. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer the field. I would just like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is a heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of the von Valancius heir, not his servant. What makes the Gapraks special? The Gapraks hail from the remote Forge world, and among their distant relatives, there are many servants of the Omnicide, and the house itself is close to the cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus, both in spirit and in their business connections. The Gapraks oversaw the industrial shipments within your protectorate, until recently. Ever since the astropathic communication with Kavagamas was severed, they've been quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. I've been to Kavagama already. The planet was thin, but they called it the Final Dawn. Achilles shakes his head. These are grim tidings. It's a tragedy that an industrial world of such tremendous capacity was brought down by the pernicious influence of the archenemy. Perhaps my colleagues can pick up the cultist trail in the cold void. Of course, it will be a small consolation to all of us. What can tell me of Sourback? Religious and hardworking, the Sourbacks own many enterprises, including distillation manufactorums that produce promethium. I must know that lately members of the Sourback family have been prone to overly liberal statements about the von Valancius dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora was a bit too keen to leave her world without proper oversight. And lastly, the Warsarians. The Warsarians are a line founded by Lady Theodora Seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy, from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonis, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they never were granted an official title, a process which has been impeded for decades by the old houses of Dargonis. And secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but more as upstarts clinging to the rogue trader's favor. The Warsarians are responsible for the capital world's fleet and the majority of the cargo shipments on the domestic routes. I'm not going to say this. Enough about the nobles. Was there anything else you wanted to report? There was, Your Lordship. And this time, it concerns the main reason for our presence on this planet. Xenos and the threat they pose to both you and to humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scatter throughout the Coronis expanse. Warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the Immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or other. Still, I managed to establish communication with some key individuals who were able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt that Governor Diverson will beg you for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Octavius. If I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from the rogue trader and his mighty void ship to avert a disaster. Her responsibilities on Dragonus, you've already told me. The scars on your face, I'm not going to ask him that. I must take my leave. According to the message I received a few minutes ago, Governor Rivistem has arrived at court. I imagine that the Chancellor is already prepared to arrange the meeting. All that's left is to notify her that you are ready to see Urmund. Clemencia? Your Lordship. Clemencia bows her head politely. For a Chancellor to a rogue trader, she is dressed rather simply. A parade doublet, polished boots, and a comfortable cloak. She has a Jaina Proudmoore vibe to her. He bears a saber in a gilded scabbard, whether for show or protection, one could not say. Only her ring with a Rosarian coat of arms indicates that she is of the highest social stratum. The governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Awareness test succeeded. The sharp gaze, the impeccable straight back, the composure. For a moment you feel like you're looking at a younger version of Abelard himself, not his heir. Judging by the scars on the exposed part of her body, Clemencia saw her fair share of combat prior to assuming the positions of Chancellor. Tell them I'm ready to see the governor. I shall arrange for him to be escorted to your study. Please let it be voiced. He's not. Octavius von Valancius, 20th in his line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant, and ruler of the Coronis expanse from the Chronic system to the 100 Dreams Crossroad. I bid you welcome. Urban Driviston, governor of this great world. First and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valancius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dragonus and of the Giant Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. The governor glances at Kibela anxiously, then immediately averts his gaze. Then he looks at her again, but when Kibela lets out a grin, chuckle, and stretches her lips daubed in fresh blood into a petrifying grin, the governor turns away from her sharply, all but squealing in fear. I love it. Let's push for a year. Theodore Valancius deserves more than that. You will declare a full year of mourning. I will immediately give all necessary instructions, your lordship. He casually presses a few buttons of the cogitator built into his gold bracer. Esteemed Octavius, Lady Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and preserve in spite of tragedy. Together, let's carry on where she no longer can by leading the von Valancius Protectorate to even greater prosperity. Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the Astrobats of Argonis flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with the neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak, and the roots are tangled and no longer lead to the systems and the captains suspect them to. Given that the vast majority of ships in Argonis' navy travel without relying on the services of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the von Valancius dynasty and billions of its subjects is presently at risk. Conrad Voivod, former master of whispers, a heretic, and a traitor. Has he shown his face in Argonis? The governor pensively strokes the rings clearing on his fingers. Lord Voidveer visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, he said. Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. I shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manners of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue trader. However, Conrad Voivir was once a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. I'll go with Iconoclast. My subject's doubts are understandable. Too many things have changed in too short a span. I will prove myself worthy of my position. Why, Octavius, your desire is most commendable. Please do not forget. A ruler should never bow to their attendants, or some might see it as a show of weakness. I could kill you right now if you want to, and we can see what you feel about weakness then. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna go blunt with him. What do you guys want? We are all troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janus that supplied Argonis and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rabble to revolt. Furthermore, House Gaprek is perturbed by the lost communication with the industrial world Yavagama, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention the most, the penal world Weeaboo Vbos Weeaboo 6. It's gotta be Weeaboo 6. Weeaboo 6, one of the key mining suppliers for your protectorate. Such intriguing concern for Weeaboo 6. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Ever since Beady Eyes wasn't in fear. Your lordship, I beg you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decision in any way. You see, without Weeaboo 6, the manufacturers on your worlds will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. And in these troubling times, they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. My only concern is with the prosperity of the Valancius dynasty. I've already been to Kavagama. The industrial world was overtaken by a cult of chaos worshippers. Such woeful tidings, your lordship. I assume the House Gaprek is for an official investigation. If I may remind you, they have particularly close ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus and serve as patrons of Kavagama. Not to speak in the defense of criminals, your lordship, but from where I stand, the outbreak of heresy on Kava could hardly have been perpetrated by a noble family who stands to lose the majority of their wealth should the industrial world fall. It's too early to draw any conclusions. We'll wait for the results of the investigation. Most reasonable, your lordship. But what of the industrial world? Are we to expect trade to recommence? The production facilities of Kavagama will serve humanity once more, rest assured. House Gaprek will be overjoyed to hear it. I thank you for dispelling the darkness around the fate of Kavagama. I've already visited the agri-world Janus. Governor Viad found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Viad line is one of the oldest in the Von Valancius Protectorate. If the inheritor of such well-receptive blood could not handle whatever had befallen her, then the situation must have been extraordinary indeed. Sisypha is no longer in charge of the world. She is dead. I have delivered Janus into more capable hands. Zivastim's eyes open wide. The Viad line is broken. Such horrible news. Oh, it will shake many who are connected to the Viads and who are used to the immunity that comes with our class. That does it for the planets and the trade routes. What else? The lordship, I don't rightly know where to begin. Otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight on the Coronis expanse. They have been a menace to the worlds this side of the Maw for decades. But now those abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gunning them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Luckily, we were forced to slay some of the more deranged psychers, although those that remain are yet unable to transmit messages. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Weeaboo 6 has been particularly concerned in the last few cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. Now to issues on a smaller scale. There is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unorthodox succession to the sacred warrant. Chances are of uprisings are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I prepared a list of minor issues that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Command the spinners of the blood-spun web, and they will set a fine snare of retribution. Robin Octavius, we will whisper names, and that whisper will drown out the insolent voices. I'm not going to trust the governor. I don't trust the governor, but I do trust Cabela. Cabela, I entrust this burden to the blood-spun web. Unravel the tangle of plots and foil them. It will be done, Domin Octavius. Let the sacrament of the hunt commence. A cold sweat breaks out on Jerusalem's face. He forces a subservient smile on his face. This will bring noble houses into line for years to come, your lordship. It will make them fear not only blasphemous words, but also their own shadows. Oh, and one last thing, your lordship. Your inauguration as bearer of the sacred warrant is but a matter of time, and I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you're intending to hold a centuries-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship, of being represented in Dargonis by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, this duty will be accorded to House Dribeston. One moment, which houses can represent me at the ceremony? Any of the noble houses located on Dargonis. The Ribestem's family, which is a lead, the Gabrek family, with long ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Sauerbachs, known for the piety and diligence. Perhaps I should also mention the Versarians, of some influence but not actually of noble origins. Any of these houses will be honored to represent you at the ceremony. Screw you, we're going with the Seneschal. The Versarians are gonna be on the rise. Your presumption is wrong. I will bestow this honor upon the Rosarians. I will not turn to you and bows respectfully. No, Captain, to accompany you at such a critical hour is the greatest honor for the Rosarian bloodline. Have no fear. We will not fail you. Jerusalem tosses Abelard a look that lacks even the smallest shred of respect. Forgive my boldness, but I must remind you that the Rosarians, whose lineage is traced back to a Navy officer, are not of the Dargonis nobility. Such decisions may have adverse effects on your subjects' loyalty, your lordship. Jerusalem's face breaks into a bitter smile. I shall immediately relay your commands, most gracious rogue trader. Thank you for your time. I would like to complete the inauguration of the rogue trader as soon as possible. When is the ceremony? I'm afraid that until you deal with the pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central worlds of the Von Valancius Protectorate are going through a crisis, and the warp disturbances, if void observers are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. That will be all, I take it. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Since duty calls, I shall take my leave. May the Emperor's grace be with you. Okay. I think I've made a particular statement of screw you to the mayor, and I don't think he likes it. Ooh, good. Electrified sharknet. Ooh, look at that, my bad. The bed is befitting your status. Ooh, good. Breeze catcher boots. This is the most redneck hillbilly piece of equipment I've seen in the game so far. Breeze catcher with boots. Whenever the wearer moves through a cell occupied by an enemy, the wearer gains a 50% chance to dodge. Oh, okay, it's against attacks of opportunity. The only thing missing was being called mud skipper boots. I'm gonna go talk to my people. Lito, Servitor. Okay, let's see what we got. What contract? Where are we? Race to the top. 17. Profit people. Is there anything? No, I'm not gonna keep spending my profit factor. I would like to gain some profit factor. The quest, where are we? Blades in the Void. Fortune path to Weebu 6. Mortus Acid. Oh, Mechanical Officiale. Okay, we still need to go to the Administratum. Oh, Commencialis, I need to talk to Solomon right now. Okay. New ruler. Okay, let's go talk to your BTs for the audience. Rogue Trader, the Marshal is ready to meet with you. Do you wish to commence the audience? Yeah, I'm ready to discuss our business. Damn! That's a whole lot of Judge Dreads. They walk in lockstep. That's awesome. Marshal Gregor Strax. What voice shall we give? Let's make him Scottish. Two markedly distinct figures approach your throne. Marching in front is a man clad in Adeptus Arbites armor. He carries his helmet in the crook of his arm, but his stern facade serves him as well as any visor could. He bows to you sharply. Marshal Strax of the Adeptus Arbites. An old woman walks in the Marshal's shadow, her body fitted with dozens of scribbling implants and magnifying instruments. If not for her eyes, quick and inquisitive behind a giant pair of ocular lenses, you might have mistaken her for an exotic servitor. Her robes are adorned with the sacred symbols of the Adeptus Administratum. Prefect Inscribia Vultur. Rogue Trader Octavius Valancius, I, Prefect Inscribia Vultur, greet you on behalf of the Administratum. I will now begin the due procedure of official address to the ruler of Dargonis as formalized by the Amendment 4 and 10 to Law SK941. May your name be breathed in glory for centuries to come. May your fortunes ever proliferate. May the God Emperor bestow upon you a duty worthy of his chosen. He's a little bit of an old lass. He's a bit of a Mrs. Doubtfire, if you will. Now get comfortable, listen to the end. River resumes her elaborate formula. You notice a few poorly concealed yawns and a frenzied blinking among the crowd. The speech drags on for another 5 minutes, but you pass this test of fortitude honorably. At last, the prefect's address comes to an end. I am not gonna say this. This is just too mean. Inscribia, who would give their child a name like that? I do not recall seeing you at court. What is the purpose of your visit? The Marshal leans forward. His voice is low, and when he speaks, it feels as though the marble tiles of the palace have begun to vibrate. The Adeptus Arbites delegation has arrived to greet Lady Theodora's successor and to see the extension of a decades-long arrangement. If I may continue for you, as per the decree of Theodora of Valancius or whatever, the representatives of the Adeptus Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites are sanctioned to use the Palace of Justice, oversee tithe collection in the Protectorate, and review any and all cases of tithe avoidance, tithe exceedance, or other irregularities. These rights have been formalized in numerous acts and statutes under the main decree. Considering your new position, you may yet to acquaint yourself with all these documents. You are a successor of Lady Theodora, whose alliance with our two sacred organizations forever glorified her as the rogue trader closely tied to the executors of Holy Terra's will. And we as representatives of the Adeptus Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites must verify that you are able to maintain this alliance that has brought such repute to your dynasty. That is why we have arrived in person, as the present circumstances have provided us with a chance to see if your intentions concord with those of the late one Valancius. And what are those? Our work has been disrupted by unforeseen setbacks regarding communication and transportation. As our requisition assets were not adequately prepared, we have lost some of our personnel and resources as a result. The arbitrators are too short-handed to perform all the duties expected of them. Since they first arrived in the Expanse, their numbers, limited from the outset, have only continued to dwindle. After analyzing the situation in accordance with the Amendment Big Code, we have decided to notify you of a tithe violation committed by one of the worlds in the region. This regrettable lapse must be rectified as quickly as possible. In which world was it? I think I've seen this world. Thessera, a feudal world far from the main routes that was bereft of the Imperium's light, then rediscovered less than 2 centuries ago. It supplies agricultural resources and manpower. I will carry forth the responsibilities taken on by Lady Theodora. I offer my help. An arbitrator will be assigned to you for increased security. Proctor Anthar, front and center. I'm hoping that Anthar is the same dude I already have with me. That's Solomon Anthar, so we know his last name now. Thank you for your support. I will go to Thessera as soon as I can. The Emperor protects. The Marshal makes the sign of the Aquila in a motion so sharp that you can practically hear it cutting the air. And once again, no specifics given, of course. Our reports, nobody ever stops to think. Oh, poor lady. Like, everybody ignores the old bat. You can leave the dogs. You can all leave and just leave the dogs here. I don't have a problem with that. Bounty Hunter. I like this. If I score a crit, I gain armor penetration. With you, now we're gonna do Dance of Blood. Yeah. If people are standing on blood-covered tiles, they take more damage. Common Whisper. Oh, hell yes. We're gonna do more bleeding. With my Seneschal, it's Beacon of Might is what? Before temporary wounds are lost, I'm gonna gain some temporary wounds. Fine. Counterattack stands. Ooh, improves my defensive counters. Perfect. Master Overseer. I deal less damage to the eagle. Perfect. And Pinnacle of Weaponry. Yeah, let's do that. First attack with Plasma Melter, whatever deals more damage. For you, we're gonna do... Is there something warpy that we're gonna do with you? Hiker Terminus. Yes. And you, my dude, we need to give you chain maw. Brother in arms. Animal terror. Ooh, the doggo is more resilient. That's good. Ready to serve. Yeah. If he's damaged, he does better. And you who are one of my favorites. I want to find something good warpy for you. Visions of Doom. Got any spells for you? Every time I kill this targets in one combat. Ooh, I like this. Every time I hit 8 criticals, the next attack is gonna be free. It's pretty good. I'll take care of the rest later because I've not leveled them for a while, so that's gonna take forever. Loot. Heinrichs, Dira, Vela. Let's go back to the ship to head to the Administratum. We have things to do there. Before we head off world to the other colony that is surely gonna prove the governor is evil. Or at the very least corrupt. Knowing the trend this game has been on, he's gonna be very corrupt. Heresy corrupt. Ooh, Mundus Valancius. Perfect. Terrible news from Dargonis, Captain. A subsidiary Hive City, Scipione 84249, has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted and millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines leading to neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? I can send them to other hives, but hives are already oversettled. I'm gonna make everybody miserable. I have the provisions. But let's establish labor settlements in the ruins of the hive and relocate the refugees there. They have much work ahead of them to restore, let them rebuild, basically. A very fair decision, Lord Captain. Large labor settlements were set up around the ruins of Scipione, and the refugees from the wastelands and neighboring hives have been rounded up there. In the harsh wastelands scorched with industrial poison, with only a bare modicum of food and clean water, the settlement residents have begun the arduous and dangerous task of rebuilding their fallen home. I thought I was going to be more positive than this. Apparently not. Administratum. Ooh. Actually, no. Ooh, yes, what we have. Restoration. Increases profit factor. Emporium. This inspired will be built in a space elevator. Ooh, yes. Crustaceum for the nobility. Screw the aristocracy. Let's go for the Emporium. Great that I can actually also do stuff for Dargonis. Like all the colonies. Speaking of my colonies, oh, everything is done here, so what else can we build? Hallowed Railway. Indulgences for sale. Selling the forgiveness of the Ecclesiarch can be a significant source of revenue. And a glorious Mac trail with relics will run across falls and carry the light of faith in every corner of the world. No, I'm gonna go. Ooh, it's heretical. No, I don't want to be heretical. So, railway it is. On Janus, troubling news have arrived from Janus, Your Lordship. While digging an irrigation ditch, workers found a Xeno obelisk made of unknown material. It was delivered to a laboratorium and subjected to a number of tests, one of which caused a reaction. The obelisk generated a low-frequency vibration, and the events that followed were catastrophic. A series of anomalies were recorded in the Epsilon 2 Majoris region. It is almost like Janus itself is fighting us there. Any logistical chains have been disrupted. The only people who visit the uncontrolled territory are the wretches fleeing deeper into the region in greater and greater numbers. The observers reported strange fires in the sky at night, completely imperceptible to the augurs. The Adeptus Mechanicus recommend we fence off the afflicted area. According to their hypothesis, this anomaly is the world's attempt at self-recovery and therefore should be studied, not interrupted. Isolate the region and commence research. We must understand what we are dealing with. It will be done. It will be done, Your Lordship. The afflicted region was isolated. Soon after the quarantine had been imposed, one of the escaped wretches emerged from the jungle and handed the wardens who met him a parcel containing some kind of Xeno artifact and a message. Accept the gifts and leave the world in peace. Cure for sloth. Monstrous servants. You have the mechanics ready to run experiments on the serfs? Ugh, no. It's kind of ugh. Cure for sloth? No. Forest fortresses. The inhabitants of Janus are restless. The populace may be plagued by turning agri-complexes into impenetrable fortresses, assigning sheriffs from among the overseers and forming Jaeger bands. I'm cool with that. Yavagama, compassion for the silent. I need efficiency greater than 5. We're gonna do mag trains. Efficiency was 2, cost prices was 1. Please, production quotas. No, mag trains. Choo-choo. Oh. Now I'm in Stratum. Ooh, Jay has to come with us. Right, let's level her up because she's here and something's about, sure, something's gonna kick off. I'll do it quick. Enduring zone is perfect. Give some deflection. Intelligence. Intelligence again. Persuasion. Ability will be trench line. Ooh, yeah. Gives rerolls. Essentially gives advantage in the D&D way. Point of interest. Oh, yes. It improves the bonuses. And here we're gonna give you deadly accuracy. Perfect. Welcome to the Palace of the Depus Administratum. Your Lordship, please follow me. Now follow the weird skull.
Onward to victory.
Continue in this direction to reach your destination. I'm gonna steal from you. Master of Seals. It's the same. Since it looks like the same old lady, we use the same voice. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. Are you highborn? Everyone is just ask. What about the protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? Mad. So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Anyway, don't just stand there. You're here now. Or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? Begin entry. Current hour. Current turn. Current cycle. 41st millennium. Oh. Is it the same? It is the same woman? Prefect, Master of Seals. Is that too many times for one official? It is proportionate for my duties, Your Lordship. While I'm involved with the Administratum's archiving cogitators, I proudly bear the title of Master of Seals. In other circumstances, I am a mere prefect. This distinction allows me to organize my work in due fashion. And as you surely understand, clarity and order are critical components of the sacred acts of maintaining and managing records. My commander wishes to obtain a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Master of Seals peers over the ocular lens at Jay in disbelief, and she looks at you. I take it you are her sponsor. In that case, you must submit an application in conformity with template 404.01. As with as well as written permission for the processing of notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot use Mistress Hedari. Mistress Hedari, the form of collecting seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Certificate of an official trade representative. At these words, the second smile drops from Jay's face. Seals. What seals? We'll discuss that when Octavius from Valancius has prepared the primary documentation. Amara lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not the first personal interaction with the administrative bureaucracy, nor his second. Ibella enters the room and slowly removes her hand from the handle of her weapon. There is only one thing that can kill you here, Domin Octavius. And that is old age. Complete application form 44.01. Riveting gameplay. We're doing bureaucracy. Time passed 1 hour. Next is a consent from the processing and notarization of the personal data of a more sacred personage. Sure. Time passed, another hour. Protocol executed, application received, processed, approved. Come on, and see them out. What's that you were saying about seals? Here's your document, Mr. Sedari. Unfortunately, it doesn't yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabula Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They are easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court Administratum Servitors... Sorry, they are easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court Administratum Servitors, In the Imperial Court Administratum, servitors have been handling such attacks for over 50 years. There is one such servitors here on the Dargonus in the road to this palace. The second is duty bound to keep seals in the Telecos Epsilon system. Find the administrative servitors and have them place 2 seals of approval. The goal is clear. Please do not return once you have to prepare the document. Jesus. This is why the Imperium is in peril. A bureaucracy.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Is there anything else to do here? Lord Emperor, I'm so bored. I'd love to pick a fight with someone. Yeah, I think we leave here. And we're gonna go to the palace to find the servitor with a seal there. And after that, we will depart from the von Valancius palace and world. One thing I'm gonna be doing on the weekend is just sit down and finish Trails through Daybreak 2, looking to the release of the next Trails series game next week. Looking forward to that a lot. Okay, where are you? There we are. Mr. Darius, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you are coming very close. I couldn't read it, that was too fast. I can see the family resemblance with Abelard now. You cannot see farther than your own nose, my dear Clementia. It wasn't a bribe. Let the rogue trader decide. Your lordship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but might I ask you rein in Mistress Sadari and put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards me? As the Exalted One as my witness, Shireen, I tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm the certificate with your own signature, but your Chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. Oh no, this isn't about me at all. I see. Well, Chancellor, will you tell us yourself, or should I help you? Mr. Rosarian, I require that document to... I require the document to be certified. Where's the court servitor, the keeper of seals? I am afraid that my words may anger your lordship. The seal you're looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship Theodora von Valancius ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but as you well know, we are a long way from Holy Terra. As with warp storms ravaging the Cornus Expanse, we have been unable to receive a replacement to this day. Is this the one? This is, without a doubt, the Administratum seal from the Wintersail's realm. But why is it the original, not a copy? Huh, I think I understand. Well, the laws of the Imperium do not prohibit heirs of other houses from using the seals in time of need. In order to have servants of the machine called... I will order to have servants of the machine called Great Duplicate, just to avoid embarrassing predicaments in the future. You're dismissed, Clementia. I am always at your service. But no. Cool. Now we can leave. The world of Valancius is, for now, safe until the other shoe drops for the Chancellor. And I'm thinking that mind that his family controls will be the thing that sets him off. Okay, Void Ship Bridge. Let's go. Which reminds me, I still need to talk to Kibela here. Because there was something, a quest that involves her. Which is about the Nemesis and the insurrection on the ship. Bella?
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence.
Oh, she turned the skull into something. Who's Nemo?
An aberration. Your former foe. His eternal foe. My new companion in shadow and my trophy. You once knew him by the name Nemesite, but now
Nemesite
his name is Nemo.
Well, you found Nemo.
Whenever I feel the need to voice my thoughts, I turn to him. He is far wiser in death than when he was alive.
This girl is creepy as hell.
For years, I have been honing my body and spirit through sacred rituals. I have ushered hundreds of souls to the other side. The hunt for Nemesite was not my first. Yet, after my enemy fell, for the first time ever, I felt empty. And that emptiness only grew heavier under the weight of the question that formed in my mind during that hunt. I prayed. I longed for his guidance to put my mind at rest. But in my self-pity, I showed weakness in the eyes of the Undying One. And so, my only answer was silence. I must therefore ask you this agonizing question, Domin. Tell me, what is the purpose of the blood-spun web?
You're a scourge of the renegades? No. To the Undying Emperor, you also serve his faithful. You are the givers of his peace. That's a good way of putting it. Now I want to ask the first one. Does it have anything to do with our earlier conversation about your resemblance to Nemesite?
Please, just answer me.
Okay. You're the scourge of the renegades? No. You are my servants, my weapons. One thing I've been doing in this entire playthrough is not be a bad guy. Like, not be cruel, not be dismissive. You know, not treat people as tools. I don't like this one. This one, I feel is a bit insulting. All you are is a sect of the deadliest, most terrifying zealots. The ship, that may be true. But they're also very loyal, very driven. This is a cop-out. I cannot be judged to that, so I'm going to give her the second one.
Then that makes me a driver of the ignorant. One who guides people into following an idea they may never hope to comprehend.
Well, that backfired.
All my life, I have walked the road that was prescribed for me. I did as I was told, I searched for the truth in other people's words, then repeated them in my own voice. And I never once questioned my destiny until you came along, Nemo. I might just as easily have met Nemesis' fate and he mine. All it would have taken is a different pattern of threads. The only distinction lies in our ideas. Thank you for this conversation, Domin.
I swear, this lady's gonna kill me in my sleep.
Void that gnaws at my soul, if only for a time. As for how to seal this chasm for good, that I have yet to find out. May the tenets of the web guide me to the truth.
Oh, we're so dead.
Count me out.
Okay. Talk to Gabella. To Weeaboo we go. And take us Epsilon. Oh, if I told him. Oh, look, it's Opticon. Oh, the one I need is the Imperial Navy. Can I sell you even a single damn thing? Fuel, right. Anywho. Heavy bolter. Ooh, that sucks. Barely deals anything. This Balika will put me up, be able to buy some stuff. But just the cost in terms of profit factor are ridiculous. So I'm not even gonna spend anything. I do want to level up the reputation with the Imperial Navy because they have all the ship cannons and stuff. Alright, heading out. For the Northus, Weeaboo 6. Pirates. We're gonna save here. Because I have learned my lesson that sometimes I head into these battles and get my butt whooped. Then I have to really go back in the save well before the fight, and I don't want to do stuff all over again. I've learned my lesson.
lance batteries! Fire at will! Direct our course.
Go kablooey.
Adjust heading.
Nothing I can do.
Direct our course. Let the enemy burn.
Hey, no fire. You
Let's land fire! Macro cannons, volley! Launch course! Initiate the barrage!
boom. Oh, that was so nice of you. Put yourself so close to my missiles.
Let the enemy burn! Commence lens fire!
There we go, some scrap and some machinery. It's not enough for anything useful. Run a minute across it. Yep, take the risk. Yeah, I killed some people. They gave me some phlogiston. And you know, when we acquired some extractions. Artistic mechanism fragment. Yep. We're gonna go to this one first. Because it's the last one on the Eldari refugees. Damn! Well, Captain, two cargo ships are patrolling the system. The likelihood of still being passing patrols unnoticed is close to zero. Saving. Because holy crap, that's a whole lot of people. And let's do it. There it goes. Unless it's like 50 ships. In which case, we don't got it.
All stations,
Or
report
the Guardian
when manned
blocked
and
some of the
ready.
flagship posts using unknown Xenos power. Okay. Well, how many are they? Okay, this dude, we can hammer you with this.
Purify the battlefield! Engage the lance batteries! Let the enemy burn! Adjust heading. Initiate the barrage! Deploy torpedoes!
Oh, beautiful. It's more. I really wish my weapons had AoE capabilities, you know? What if I degree angle? We're gonna come over here.
Helmsman, follow my command.
Fire at will!
Whose will?
Engage
That's a
the
terrible
lance
joke.
batteries! Let the enemy burn!
Okay, so far so good.
Engage the lance batteries! Commence lance fire! Torpedoes! Purify the battlefield!
Jesus, another one. It's a lot of Drukhari.
Engage the lance batteries! Commence lance fire! Initiate the barrage! Purify the battlefield!
Okay, double hit there.
The void shield is fading.
Our shields fail us. Let the enemy burn. Fire at will! Purify the battlefield.
Okay, there's another one. There's another one that bites the dust.
Deploy torpedoes! Commence lance fire!
Okay, that's another one down. Now reset my shields. And put forward. Every time I think we're gonna make it, we're making progress, and my confidence starts to soar. The game goes, actually.
Decks are reporting hull breaches. Executing damage control. Locked in. Macro cannon! Volley!
What else? Dwindling. I'm dead. I do not have the hull for it, or the weapons. Oh, damn. Just started the fight again. Great. Not exactly what I wanted, but sure.
Let the enemy burn! Initiate the barrage! Engage the lance batteries! Helmsman, follow my command. Fire at will! Launch course! Just heading.
Leave me alone.
Helmsman, follow my command.
Torpedoes, where can we go? Sorry about that. My camera keeps the
Feel your heart.
oh, I'm very tired.
Engage the lance batteries! Fire at will! Launch torps! Destination locked in. Adjust heading.
We lost the shield. Emperor, protect us.
Commence lance fire! Helmsman, follow my command. Initiate the barrage! Let the enemy burn!
That's not doing it. Too many people. That ridiculous. Forget it, no. That's not happening. Now let's leave. That is not a good world to be in. come back later. Permission to report. Your proctor has arrested my voiceman and is demanding his execution. Repeat offender, he says. Please do something, Lord Captain. Bring the same man to me immediately. I will personally interrogate him. Great, now I have Judge Dredd on board, killing my people. Well, Captain, I beg you to look into this outrage. This cyber horror nearly chewed up my assistants, and one of them's been left without 2 of his fingers. Instead of calming his beast, the arbitrator attacked my crewman. This crewman is a wanted man, rogue trader. He is accused of subverting sacred tithe shipments, smuggling, kidnapping the Imperial subjects, and bribing officials. Were we not only on your flagships, I would have executed the heretic on the spot. But here you are the authority and you are the court. Braver, do you know about this? If I went sticking my beak into the past of every one of the hundreds of people in the crew, I wouldn't have time to steer your ship. All I know is that when everything went to Brock shit on Rakab and Oris, this one oversaw the work at the docks so that the fools didn't trample each other to death in the panic. And later he ran into a friend at the port on footfall, and they found us some parts within a day. He's even got arms growing out of the right places. He might make a junior helmsman who keeps it up. Solomon, why is it so certain this man is the one you're... Because I was personally involved in the tracking down and purging the Shadows of the Abyss crime syndicate to which the perpetrator belongs. The case was in Calixtus, on the world of Helvetica Prime, but for arbitrators, time and distance do not mitigate guilt. The man before you is a former captain of a smuggling ship owned by the syndicate. Like the heretic's left arm. Every syndicate member had a distinctive implant by which they recognized each other. It was that implement's signature that Glyto picked up during his patrols. Accused, do you have anything to say? Your Lordship, the Governor of Helvetica Prime was a scumbag who abhorred the light of the God Emperor. The things he did to the people under him, we only survived by stealing from him, or else we would have ended up in a corpse pit, like 1 in 4 did after a distribution station accident. But once I got out of there, that was it. I was out of that business for good. When I found myself in your service, I realized that it was a gift of fate, and I'd be a fool if I didn't repay such good fortune with my wholehearted toil. Other criminal from Calixtus found his way onto my ship. He was among the servants sent to you by Governor Medina. Why do you unleash a cyber mastiff on my subjects, Solomon? The bastard tried to run when he saw me. His fellow crew members hesitated and didn't make way for me. There was no time to find out if they were abetting the perpetrator or just panicking, so I had to use Glyto for suppression purposes. I've made my decision. I await your orders, rogue trader. However, this talented voiceman is your responsibility. Should he commit any misdeeds henceforth, you will answer for them. You have to answer for them. Yes, Lord Captain. The ability capable hands. Ooh, repairing costs 50% less scrap. That's good. Guess I don't have any scrap. Now this case is closed. With your permission, I will return to my duties. I feel like I'm babysitting psychotic babies. That's what being a rogue trader feels like. You're babysitting a bunch of sociopaths. Lord Captain, we have cross-referenced the key characteristics of the system with our astronautical chart data. The planet Weeaboo 6 is located here. The problem is, the augurs detect an unusual change in the atmosphere, not unlike a massive release of toxins. It appears that something unfortunate has happened to the planet's underground storage facilities. It is impossible to land safely on the planet just now. Unknown ships are cruising the system. No need for any cog to analyze it. I can decipher the telemetry. Xenos. The armory and artillery crews are standing by. Saving, because I don't trust that I can fight these things. So we're gonna... Actually, first we're gonna scan everything. Nothing. So let's go outside. You. This planet can barely sustain life, and yet searchers discovered a long-lost Imperial colony, one that was cut off from the rest of the galaxy centuries ago. The colonists live in conditions worse than any underhive, yet they still venerate the Emperor and gladly welcome their visitors. Lord Captain receives an invitation from the local ruler, Archqueen Princeps Domina. Pay the Archqueen an official visit. The ruler meets the Lord Captain in a shack considered to be a palace by the people here. The Archqueen's unusual crown is made of metal coils, most likely the parts of an ancient device for boiling water. The guests are served the finest delicacies the colony can provide. The Archqueen greets the visitor in mangled Low Gothic and calls the Lord Captain her dear brother. At the end of the audience, gifts are presented to the guests. The Archqueen's minister delicately remarks that the best possible gift the Lord Captain and his crew could provide would be replenishment of the colony's meager gene pool. Oh, we're gonna send Vesti, no. Lorca gives orders to canvass the lower decks for volunteers. The most ruggedly handsome among them will be sent to the Archqueen's court, along with the other gifts. Okay. One more here. Okay, now we save. And we go in.
Mighty machine spirit, lend us a modicum of thy
Just
power.
2 ships. Last Hatred Frigate. Last Hatred Frigate.
Destination locked in.
Commence lance fire! Purify the battlefield!
Okay.
Adjust heading.
Engage the lance batteries! Let the enemy burn!
Yeah, there we go.
Deploy torpedoes!
Destination locked in.
Commence lance fire! Let the enemy burn!
there go my bombs.
Direct our course. Commence lance fire.
Don't have to wait for the next turn.
We have lost the field. Let us not lose our zeal.
Fresh shields.
Macro cannons. Volley.
There we go. Ooh, we leveled up. We got scrap and got Drukari's cargo. Art augury. Field pulse is what I'm gonna do. Here, I work with hammer. Plus one whole integrity. Ooh, that's good. The torpedoes get evasion. I'm gonna go for improved no, it's gonna be on board ECM. Swift and merciless retribution is a proper fate for many transgressors. But the Imperium permits using the convicts for hard labor on this imprisoned worlds, like we have 6, return for their crimes before humanity. Hundreds of thousands of rogues and lowlifes toil in the mines of the von Valancius Protectorate until death from exhaustion or some other unfortunate accident claims their forsaken souls. Yeah, this is a good part. No, let's get Heinrichs now. Let's bring in Idira. I'm gonna save it here. And I'm gonna leave it here for tonight. A lot of good progress and a lot of reminders that characters are really powerful. But my ship is a flying tin can with barely any weapons. I'll be back on Thursday, I think with Wuthering Waves. Saturday is Trails in the Sky. And we'll continue this playthrough next Tuesday. Thank you so much for those who joined me. Great to have you. Hope you had fun. And I'll see you next time. Bye.